Northern Idaho is white-tailed deer country, a complex habitat of forests, river bottoms, farmland, and prairie.
So that's a nice mix. Whitetails love that. It creates a lot of edge, and whitetails, rough grouse, that's a great habitat type for them.
Denny Dawes has pursued white-tailed deer across this landscape for the past 43 years. He's invested in understanding the habits of the deer that live here.
The first couple weeks in November, I'm usually on my feet a lot and moving and looking for rubs, looking for scrapes, and sprucing up ground blinds or tree stands. And as the rut picks up, then I usually start slowing down, sitting longer. And, depending on the sign, there have been places that, I might sit all day.
While 2/3 of Idaho is public land and open to hunting, Dawes' favorite places to hunt are often private timber ground.
Here in North Idaho, most of the timber companies treat their ground more as public ground and keep it open.
But recent trends in land ownership and private leases worry hunters like Dawes.
When you look at what could be coming down the road, and that ground could be closed up in a minute, and the places that Grandpa and you and your kids have hunted for 100 years has got a closed gate and nobody allowed on it.
Fish and Game has long recognized a growing trend of private land being closed to the public for hunting, fishing, and trapping. In 2003, it took a first step to increase access to private land with the Access Yes program that partnered with individual landowners. Then, in 2018, Fish and Game penned an agreement to guarantee access to lands managed by the Idaho Department of Lands. A year later, Fish and Game leased large tracts of land from timber companies, long used by hunters like Denny Dawes.
It really is kind of a sigh of relief to a certain extent. The idea that it's here for our recreation is just a fantastic move, I think. It's just a huge piece of real estate. I think a fantastic boon for all hunters in Idaho. It's really pretty special.
Money to lease these large tracts comes from a surcharge on an individual's first annual license, called the Access Depredation Fee. It's $5 for residents and $10 for non-residents.
It's going to cost everybody a little bit, but boy, you think of all the other ways it could have gone.
The arrangement secures public access to land stretching from the Clearwater River to the Canadian border. A few restrictions apply to camping and off-road vehicles. Because these are working timberlands, some areas may be closed for logging and other activities.
I hope that it's a long-term relationship. For the most part, it's been 100 years or 120 years, I guess, really, you'd say. And the public in Idaho have been able to access that land like public property, and very special to keep it that way.